Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about Brandon and Michael Keilen's emotional new update that started as a sweet first birthday celebration but quickly turned into something much deeper. After one full year with the boys, the couple admitted they still don't know how long they'll remain together, and that single detail has left fans asking some very big questions. In this video, we're breaking down the joyful moments, the uncertainty behind them, and why viewers suddenly believe this story may be heading somewhere no one expected. Let's get into the emotional update, the growing speculation, and why a simple birthday video has people thinking about family, time, and whether temporary can sometimes turn into forever. Michael Keilen and Brandon Keilen may have only intended to share a simple milestone with followers. Their latest video focused on celebrating the first birthday of the little boy they have been fostering, complete with balloons, cake, roller skating, and stories about chaotic toddler moments. But as often happens with this couple, viewers ended up paying attention to something much deeper than the party itself. Beneath the laughter and sweet memories, many followers noticed an emotional undertone. After hearing Brandon and Michael admit they still do not know how long the boys will remain with them, a new conversation quickly took over. Are these placements truly still temporary, or are fans watching something much bigger unfold? Throughout the video, Michael sounded unusually emotional while talking about preparing for the celebration. She explained that this was the first time they had ever planned a first birthday party for a baby. Things that might seem ordinary to other parents, choosing a birthday outfit, buying decorations, ordering a smash cake, suddenly carried a different meaning for her. Michael described the entire process as exciting and deeply special because these experiences were completely new to them. Even looking back at the planning stage appeared enough to bring back strong emotions. For longtime followers who have watched their journey over the years, that excitement did not go unnoticed. Interestingly, the party itself was inspired by another familiar face within the Bates family. Michael shared that the idea came from a birthday celebration Josie and Kelton Baca previously hosted for their son Miles. According to Michael, it was one of the most enjoyable parties they had attended because children could freely play while parents remained nearby watching. That experience stayed with them. Eventually, they decided to create something similar for the boys. But listening closely to the way Michael described the planning process, it felt like more than recreating a fun theme. It sounded like two people trying to make memories count while they still can. When the actual celebration arrived, the detail that affected Brandon and Michael most was not the decorations or even the birthday cake. Instead, it was seeing the skating rink fill with family members, church friends, and people who have supported them throughout their foster care journey. Brandon admitted he was unsure how many people would actually show up. His reason was painful in its honesty. The boys remain in a situation that may not be permanent. Yet the opposite happened. The party reached capacity, relatives came, friends came, and according to them, nearly everyone who could attend made the effort to be there. Why did that seem to leave such a lasting impression? Because to Brandon and Michael, it felt like confirmation that these boys are loved by far more people than just the two of them. The video also included smaller moments that highlighted how much the boys' relationship appears to have grown over the last several months. One story in particular stood out. While trying to take birthday photos together, the baby grabbed a handful of cake and smeared it across his older brother's face. Brandon laughed while recalling how the older child looked confused for a second before bursting into laughter himself. They described the sequence of photos as one of their favorite memories from the day. On the surface, it was simply a funny sibling moment. But for viewers who have followed their story over time, scenes like that raised another question. What happens when children become deeply attached, not only to each other, but also to the people raising them? The tone of the video shifted noticeably when Brandon began speaking more openly about foster parenting itself. At one point, he said, "The foster that is, by definition, most likely temporary." That single sentence changed the direction of the conversation. Suddenly, this was no longer just a birthday recap filled with cake and roller skating. Brandon was reminding viewers of something easy to forget while watching their family life online. Foster care often comes with uncertainty built into it from the beginning. Children enter a home and one day may leave. Hearing him say it out loud felt heavier because followers have spent the last year watching Brandon and Michael experience parenting in very real ways, from sleepless nights to birthday parties. Then Brandon made another comment that immediately caught viewers' attention. He said, "We still don't know how long the boys are going to be with us." Moments later, he added, "Originally, they weren't even supposed to be with us now." The statement was brief, but enough to spark endless discussion. If the boys were expected to leave months ago, why are they still there? Has something changed behind the scenes? Has the timeline shifted? Or is this simply part of how foster placements sometimes work? Brandon did not explain further. Michael did not offer additional details either. And because there were no answers, viewers quickly filled the silence with questions. Not long after the video was posted, the comment section turned emotional. One follower wrote, "I really hope one day that we can have a video where they're telling us that they get to adopt these boys." Another said, "I pray you can adopt the boys." Others talked about waiting for the day Brandon and Michael introduced the boys as their own children. The phrase "forever family" appeared repeatedly. Reading through reactions, one thing became difficult to ignore. Many viewers no longer seem to see this situation as temporary at all. Whether Brandon and Michael have addressed that possibility or not, some followers already view them as permanent parents in every way except legally. Not everyone leaned into adoption speculation, though. Some followers who identified themselves as former foster parents shared reminders that reunification with biological families is often still the primary goal. A few pointed out that foster care does not automatically lead to adoption, even when strong emotional bonds develop. Those comments brought balance to an increasingly emotional discussion. Still, even the more realistic responses carried the same underlying feeling. People believe Brandon and Michael have become deeply important figures in these boys' lives. That alone says something about how attached viewers have become to the story. Another detail that unexpectedly stood out involved Michael's extended family. Multiple comments focused on how many relatives attended the birthday celebration and celebrated alongside them. Some followers said seeing family members show up for foster children felt incredibly meaningful. Others described it as proof the boys are being treated like grandchildren, nieces, and nephews rather than temporary visitors. For people who have followed the Bates family for years, moments like that carry weight. A crowded skating rink became more than a birthday setting. To some viewers, it looked like belonging. Michael also spent part of the video reflecting on support from their church community over the past year. She mentioned meals, prayers, gifts, encouragement, and people helping her better understand childhood trauma. Those comments offered a glimpse into what life behind the scenes may actually look like. Their first year as foster parents clearly involved much more than sweet milestones. There has been exhaustion, learning, emotional strain, and adjustment. Brandon even joked that nobody on the planet has cost him more sleep than the baby. Then, almost immediately after laughing, he admitted something more vulnerable. The experience has also brought immense joy. Toward the end of the video, Michael shared a thought that may have stayed with viewers the longest. While talking about the boys' future, she did not mention adoption or permanence. Instead, she said she hopes that wherever life takes them, they will carry with them a sense of love and belonging. It was a simple statement, but perhaps that was exactly what made it emotional. Because what if the biggest hope is no longer keeping someone forever, but making sure they never question whether they were loved? For now, Brandon and Michael have not offered answers about what comes next. There has been no major announcement and no update about future plans. Just a birthday video, funny memories, and two foster parents sounding deeply grateful for 1 year with 2 little boys. Still, after seeing reactions pour in, one thing seems clear. Followers are no longer just watching a foster care journey unfold. Many are beginning to wonder whether they are witnessing the slow formation of a permanent family. And that's a wrap on this latest update surrounding Brandon and Michael Keilen and the emotional milestone that has left so many people thinking beyond a birthday celebration. Right now, there are still no clear answers about what comes next for the boys. But one thing viewers seem to agree on is that this journey may have become much bigger than anyone expected. So what do you think about Brandon and Michael's latest comments? Do you believe fans are simply becoming emotionally invested, or could this story eventually lead somewhere more permanent? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments because a lot of viewers seem divided on this one. And if you enjoyed today's update, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future stories. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.